Live. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, welcome. This is our weekly podcast, Coco and Spiff. How you doing, Spiff?
Good morning, Coco from South Korea. I am doing well. How have you been?
I'm doing good. I survive, and it's every Sunday here, and okay, I get to see him. Okay, week by. It's so fast. The week.
Yeah, time flies.
The time fly. Yes, no wonder. Oh my goodness, sometimes I feel old, it goes so fast, too fast. And wait a minute. But anyway, yes, we back again this week. And this is Coco from Virginia Beach, Virginia, United States, just in case, and originally from Japan. Yes, I am a former nail salon owner, and now I'm working full time in American company. And as a side hustle, I'm running this digital business. And this digital business system, through that, I met my brother Spiff, and we decided to do the weekly podcast. So we just chit chat and talk in the business, talk in the life, and all the different kind of topics. Every week we talking and together, and hopefully inspire people, and hopefully enjoy our talking show. So go ahead, introduce yourself real quick.
Thank you, my sister. I'm Spiff, reaching you from Seoul in South Korea. I'm originally Nigerian, but I am here in South Korea as an educator. I've been doing that for well over 2 decades. And as Coco said, I am now a digital entrepreneur, a global digital entrepreneur. And that's why I'm able to meet Coco, although being Japanese, all the way from Virginia Beach, USA. And I was just talking about the fact that I have others from her circle that I'll be hanging out with soon. And it's the beauty we enjoy when we do global entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So thank you, Coco, for the opportunity to meet your friends. And I hope I'm able to introduce my friends to you someday.
Yes, yes, I can't wait. I can't wait. So yeah, that's what we're talking. The before this podcast, we just always chit chat, and sometimes we talking chit chat too long, and then before the show, and we just keep talking and talking. But by the way, yes, this is the beauty of the digital business. And sometimes, like we're talking about, it's kind of funny feeling because we've been talking. For example, with me and Spiff, we've been doing the podcast for almost a year now, and but we always talking. So seems like we know each other. But I'm sure when I met him in person, when we met in person, it's gonna be really exciting, the reaction of funny feeling or maybe new discovery. Or, you never know. And that's
That's
what
so
we
true.
want. Yeah. So, we get excited. But anyway, someday. Yeah. So someday maybe we will do the podcast together in the physically same place. Hopefully, right? When I get met.
Yeah, that's something I'm actually planning.
Yeah.
I told you when we were backstage that a business partner from Malaysia will be coming in tomorrow, actually today, South Korean time. And now one of my plan is when she comes in, we're gonna do a live together, and we're gonna have some time on air so that at least people don't just see us as pictures next to each other or as screens. They
Yes.
get to know that we have opportunities to meet one another, engage with one another, talk
Mhm.
life, talk business, have a meal, share passions, and share goals. So these are opportunities, and these are ways we can really continue to inspire others.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. It was so, and especially this community, it's like a big family. That's what I feel like. And it's not like a business. Like I think everybody talking about this, the beauty of this community, amazing this community. So that's a part of this. So but anyway, all right, let's dive in today's topic. I picked the really powerful topic. I think if somebody watching last week podcast, we just mentioned about a little bit towards the end. Yes,
Yeah.
because from the other topic. But anyway, Today we'd like to talk about the power of saying no.
Mm,
Not easy. I don't think it's easy all the time to say no. So that's why we want to dig into this topic today and talk about this today. So
mm.
why don't you start from you, Spiff?
All right. Thank you, Coco. So, the power of saying no. Just as Coco said earlier, saying no is not easy.
Mm-mm.
Saying no is it's a challenge, most especially if you have to say no to people you care about, if you
Yeah.
have to say no to people you love. Um, but as we all know, saying no is not a way to deny others.
Yeah.
No, it more or less a way to protect yourself. It's a way to guard and guide
Mm-hmm.
your yourself and your resources, because knowing that you are a limited resource. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, take for example, I am just an individual. I have the same 24 hours as everyone else,
Mm-hmm.
and when it comes to other resources, financial, emotional, psychological, all other things, we
Mm-hmm.
don't have them infinitely.
No.
So when you understand the fact that there are limitations to life and there are things you just cannot do at certain time, then you learn at some point to
Mm.
say no. Yes might be a very good reply when you are in a state of abundance, in a state of bliss, in a state of infinite resources. But
Mm-hmm.
even then, saying yes to everybody may not be helping them. You
Yeah.
may just be enabling people to continue in a cycle that doesn't benefit them. So what we are bringing you today is an understanding that saying no is not a selfish way of protecting yourself. No,
Uh-huh.
it's a necessary protection for yourself, and it's even a favor to those who you may not be enabling to continue in a cycle that doesn't work for them. So saying no is a powerful tool of self-care. We started last week talking about self-care, and I know I went off a little bit and people may have been surprised, but there were reasons for that. And the reasons continue today because we are trying to teach people that you need to have something for yourself, stable, steady, before you can say, okay, I'm going to carry Mr. A or I'm going to help Miss B. No, you got to be somebody first. You got to be somewhere. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot take people where you have not been.
Right.
You cannot.
Mm-hmm.
So saying no will give you the time to get you where you have to be. It will give you the protection against burnout. It will give you that time to build and live an intentional life.
Mm.
Otherwise, if you keep saying yes to everybody, as they will say, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, my dear, you will never get to your destination. You
No.
will never be that person you want to be. And at the end of the day, those who derailed you, those who pulled you from every corner with their requests and their demands and their entitlement, they will be the same ones that told you, oh, I'm sorry, I only asked. You should have said no.
There you go. Yes. There you go.
Carry on, Coco. That was my introduction. We'll come into more points later.
Yes. And I totally agree. And then the brother you said, it's protection. And I wanted to add it's also respecting yourself too. Because yeah, because like of course self-care too. And then to me, I just wanted to talk about some different angle as a culture things, culture back as Asian. I'm originally from Japan. And when I when I came to United States, 30 years ago, more than 30 years ago. That's one of the I learned a lot. Yes, of course, a different
Mm.
country, different culture, different people, different a mentality. Yes, so I've learned a lot. But the most thing, the first thing, maybe biggest things I noticed is okay. In Japan, you you don't say yes or no clearly. It's kind of like the sugar coating. I mean, some American people too. Yeah, not only the American, but non-Japanese. But in Japan, is more strong culture background like this. So, and especially female, especially woman in my generation, we don't talk back. We don't say no. That's kind of culture background I come from. And here in the United States, sh- sometimes some people, of course, in the sugar coating, but they say yes or no more clearly. Or do you want to go? Oh no, thank you. And no is not rude or anything. And that's and but even though the background, I came from that kind of background, yes, but still now these days, sometimes my old version of me is maybe I don't want to say to no. Even I know my answer is no in my bottom heart.
Yeah.
I know my answer, but still, there's an atmosphere, there's the place or the people or like occasional
Mm.
condition. I couldn't say, oh, let me think, or I will let you know later, because I don't want to say no, So it's not easy, but when I say that, like you said, oh, I just asking. You should have said no, So, so maybe, oh well, that's my fault. Okay, I'm not blame on anybody. That's my fault. You should have said
Mm.
first place. So, it's depends on occasion. It depends on the situation. Yes, but I'm saying it's not easy. But that's why I said, it's protection. You said the protection. I would say respect, myself too. So that's the thing. So it's not easy. Yes, but
I totally agree. I totally agree, Coco. So let's take this time to now look at aspects
uh-huh.
of the power of saying no.
Mhm.
And I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm not getting any kickbacks, but I will use this opportunity to also tell our followers, if you have the opportunity to read the book, The
Mhm.
Power of Saying No,
Mhm.
it will be a very good read for you. And as part of this podcast now, I'm going to just take some key aspects from
Mhm.
that book and my ideas as well. So, one of the key points I want to bring out is this:
Mhm.
when you say no, you are prioritizing your own well being
Yeah.
and the well being of those you're saying no to. As I said earlier,
Mhm.
saying no is a protection for you, but it's also a way for you not to enable a habit or a pattern that
Yeah.
may not be serving others.
Mhm.
You see, sometimes we over help people, we over support people, and then we take away their own will to
Yeah.
do things for themselves. We disable them just because we are being too good.
Yeah.
That's why yesterday I was watching a program about family, and people say these days parents are too protective.
Mm.
We don't allow kids fall and hurt and understand that, oh, this is what happens. Of course, we don't want to intentionally hurt kids, no way.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was young, we climbed trees. But these days you go to the playground, and even if a kid falls, the floor is padded, is so soft. They don't know what it really means to hit their body and feel. And then when something happens at school, and a little kid or a little incident happens, and they get a real touch, it feels as if they are dying because they've not really experienced these things while
Mm.
they were much younger. We are not encouraging violence. We are not encouraging any kind of bullying, but we are trying to say that there are aspects of life you allow people grow through.
Mm.
When they grow through it, you will have even contributed to their mental and emotional well-being. You've given them the reason to see in themselves that, oh, I have these abilities. I can do it myself. I shouldn't call Spiff. I shouldn't call Coco. I can do this, you know? But when we keep helping, we take away something from them.
Mm-hmm.
I know we have good intentions, but
Yes.
sometimes good intentions can be can trigger the wrong outcome. So let's be careful with that. The other thing is this: by saying no, you create an opportunity to
Mhm.
say yes in the future.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
you say yes in the future, and that yes could be at the right time. It
Yes.
could be at the most important and most necessary time for the yes.
Mm-hmm.
You see, in our business community, we always say something. You may have coaches, you may have mentors, you may have the community, but at the end of the day, you run your business yourself.
Yes.
You cannot fold your hands
Mm-hmm.
and then come and say, hey, Steve, I can't do this. Come do it for me. I will first ask you, what have you done so far?
Mm-hmm.
If you told me, okay, I've done A, B, and C, but I don't know how to get to D, okay, I'll come guide you to get to D. But if I ask you, what have you done so far, and you're telling me, oh, I haven't done anything, I was just waiting for you. Oh, that's not a good habit. You got to show that you have something in you.
Yes.
You've learned something,
Mm.
you've implemented something, and then we will support you.
Yes.
So it's important because here we are not here to babysit people. We are here to build leaders. We are here to build entrepreneurs. So when we talk about building you, we don't do it like a potter and a clay. No, in our community, the clay moves, the clay does something, and then we can add the finishing touches.
Yes. Yes.
So the same thing comes in life as well.
Mhm.
I'll give one more point. If you want to get the other points, go to my Facebook page or YouTube. You'll find a lot there. But I'll just give one more point. When you say no, when you say no, you are effectively becoming a better decision maker. Yes.
Hmm.
You know, sometimes overly saying yes is like people pleasing.
Yeah.
And when you are so good at wanting validity or validation rather, and you want people to say that, oh, this guy is always good, it's always kind of, oh, my dear, you will become weak at making decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are not strong at making decisions, what are you doing? Every adult should be able to make an effective decision after reasoning about it and understanding that at this point, this
Mm.
is not good for me. I'm going to say no. And maybe in the future, 1 month, 6 weeks, 2 months later, we can revisit it and I will say yes, or I may still say no again. You never know.
You never
But the
know.
point is this. Yeah, the point is this. Be very, very intentional
Mm-hmm.
about yourself and your life, and don't be afraid to say no when it's not good for you first and
Yeah.
when you think it wouldn't serve the other party
Mm-hmm.
favorably. That's
Yep.
my point. Thank you, Coco.
Yes. And then yeah, it just I totally I feel like that you're talking about me, and I say yes, this is exactly. But
I'm sorry.
me because there's certain things certain things in your brain, but when it comes
Hmm.
to situation in the middle of the situation, something my mouth just say automatically yes. It's like a brain and then my mouth is just separate, kind of like that.
Hmm.
Not all the time, and then like you said, intentional awareness, the things that's the key. And because if you say no, the things you already know, in your brain, but my mouth just say automatically yes. I said, damn, I shouldn't say that, I should have said no, but it's too late, or maybe you can change. But anyway, when you say no, you create another space for the other things that you grow you, or not drain you, not worn you out. So that's I just added as a, the protection or respect yourself, it's just like this, because you cannot say yes, 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 and please, 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 you can, because I think we talk about maybe the week before, kind of like that. If you're not full, if you don't have a full of the glass water, you cannot, you cannot. No, no, I'm no, 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 no. No, I will
I
say
remember. I remember what you said last week. I can remind you.
right, right. Empty glass, you cannot help the other people. So even when your mouth say yes, but look at your glasses. You don't even have a water in your glasses. So that means you should say no. Kind of like this. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're always like the opportunity, and always something. But think that way. Saying no is not rude. It's create the space or save the space for the other yes, for just like this, because we are valuable. We time, our time, our things, and it's valuable. So it's not like, oh, this there's no way to do that all the time, and that means not saying yes all the time. So
Mm.
yeah, become, and like you said, more intentional. Yes, you will see more clear answer in yourself. So just follow, let your mouth follow your brain. That's what I'm talking about myself, sometimes, because even I know my brain and my mouth says different things, kind of like that. So intentional, that's the big key, like you said. Yes, I totally agree. Yes.
Thank
So
you, thank you, Coco, for that. Thank you very much. I agree with what you said, and just to clarify with the audience so that they don't feel that we are not clear with what you're saying.
yeah,
Last week, Coco said, and you cannot pour water out of an empty bucket.
yes, yes,
I remember that statement, and it stayed with me all week. Because it struck a chord in me. It reminded me of so many things, and I looked back and I'm like, whoa, this is so true.
yes,
This is so true.
yes,
So it was based on what we discussed last week that we actually decided to come today and continue somehow by telling you
yes,
another aspect, you
yeah.
know, and what are some of the benefits of you trying to say no? What are the effectiveness of saying no?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you need to understand is that it's not a selfish thing to say no, not at all. Many will want to guilt you into thinking, oh, you're selfish, oh, you've changed, oh, all of those things. But my dear, understand that if you do not take care of number one, and if you by some means fall or fail,
Mm-hmm.
there is no way back, because those who are relying on you cannot even help you.
No. Mm-mm.
They cannot help you. So when you overly say yes to people relying on you, and then they drain you and they distract you and they pull you down, you all are going to be down together because no one up there to lift you.
Mm-hmm.
So saying no is not a selfish thing.
No.
Actually, it's good for you and it's a favor to them, because if they give you the space to build up to the point where you will be so solid that no matter how much help you give them, they can't pull you down. Then, if they want to stay as receivers, then you can continue to give. After, of course, you have well established yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, remember, helping them continuously and forever is more or less enabling a
Yeah.
bad cycle.
Yeah.
We are not trying to build difficult people now. And we are not trying to discourage those who may help friends or family. That's not what we're doing. We are just trying to say, look at your life. How much do you have in you? Or are you an empty bucket trying to give even the little drip or drain in you? Think about that.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, my dear, You got to fill up that bucket first. You got
Yes.
to fill it up to the point of an overflow and let them get the overflow while you keep the core content.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you may come back to this video a year or two or three later and say, "Oh, these guys told me the truth, but I didn't listen." We hope you listen
There you go.
because we ourselves are implementing these same ideas we are giving you.
Yes.
We are not doing it to be difficult. We are not doing it to be wicked. We are not doing it to put people in a difficult position. No, we are doing it because we are intentional about what we want to build and we want to get to our destination before we direct people there. So
Hmm.
please don't misunderstand us and don't look at us as if we're crazy. We are just intentional about life, and that is the only way to live life intentionally.
Intentionally. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Yes.
Thank you,
Intentional.
Coco.
That's the word. And plus, you know, it's I think most successful people are not just good at the saying yes, no, you know, it just say clarity. They're just,
Hmm.
I think, disciplined at the saying no, because that's a human nature, keep saying yes, but you can help it. But, like you said, Spiff, it's not rude or anything. It's logic, it's intentional logic. So, think about this. So that's what we're talking about today, and that's all. And hopefully, the people resonate, or if you have a question. So we didn't talk about the business today, but it's all about the business. In a business, it's not only about money, because we are entrepreneur. So and then we are mentor to the people. So just learn little bit, learn. Every day is learning. So it's one of these days, and we will talk about something else. So, but if you want a question or resonate, or drop your comment or something, there's a website here. One of
Hmm.
us, or you can follow the Facebook and comment and send a messenger anytime. We're here, and and before that, we'll be back next week anyway. So with a different.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, I see you guys again next week. So good. You want to add something before we wrap it up?
One more thing, I would just remind people we have our weekly webinars. And if you want to know more about our business aspect, apart from our personal life, you want to know more about the business, you can check us out and then reach out to us. We are always here to guide you. We are offering opportunities. We are not giving you a mandate. The ultimate choice is yours. And
Yeah.
if you say no, we will accept your no because we are practicing how to say no as well. But we hope that when you see the opportunities, you do what's best for you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and see you next week.
See you
Bye.
again. Bye bye for now.